Are you aligned with wealth? We'll find out and answering all your questions with live readings coming up right now.
He said it was like a Devin or David.
David is his name. It's been so spot on.
And I don't know if you put it in the side of your end table or not. He's like to summon your end table that each of this too.
My God, we're crazy.
Yeah, he's saying hi, baby girl. He's saying hi, baby girl. And is there significance with like image of a rose at all?
He would always give me a rose.
Okay, so he's like doing one now. He's saying to work with some sort of like vibrational machine. Somehow a way to work with like machinery and vibration.
I work with horses, and there's actually some magnawave therapy that's vibrational.
Tell me something that he told you that came true.
Everything he's predicted has come true.
I just don't see it.
So he doesn't have cancer?
It's very possible.
Allow yourself to hear yourself. Allow yourself to feel yourself. Allow yourself to talk to yourself. Allow yourself to respond to yourself. That's looking within.
You might encounter negative aspects of self, but that's a freeing experience.
Because then they start realizing that they can't think outside the box. And I say, if you can't think outside the box, then who's the stupid one here?
There's a reason why we're on this timeline. There's a reason why we've chosen to be in this awakening. I say we're going through a spiritual awakening.
So I don't just come on here and talk bullshit and repeat. I'm living this stuff.
In harmony with nature, in a mystical adventure, we're building on the culture.
Happy Thursday night, everybody. How y'all doing in this Taurus season? We got a week to go. Is it very heavy? Do you feel pushed? What do you feel? What are you guys feeling today? Let's see who's in the chat. Of course, I can't see the people who are watching. I can only see people who are chatting. So, Carrie Carney, welcome. David Cruz, hola. Our wonderful mod Nina is in the room. Give her some love. Give her a shout out. Jennifer Cruz, hello. Ali Teller, good to see you. Erica Emoti, always great to see you. Who else do we have here? PC Monkey the Third. That name always makes me laugh. Lisa Cruz, what's going on? Isaac Brother, good to see you. Brandy Ansley, Erica and Wine, or R Wine. I hope I didn't say that horribly. Jennifer Hammond, Blondie 7, Bronny Mears, hello, good evening to you. And Rebecca Wallace, good to see you. Celeste, good to see you too. Jessica, Tina Smith, and everybody else who's watching, hello. As you know, we're going to get into the collective read. We'll get into it right away. And the topic is, are you aligned with wealth? A lot of you guys are trying to manifest wealth, but maybe you guys are doing it all the wrong ways. We'll get into that more specifically of how to do so. And for those who want to book a reading, a live session, a live reading, you have $15 for a card pull, $20 for one question, $30 for two questions, $40 for a live video. And those who are wanting a live video, please, it's only Venmo only, so I can respond back with the link to call in when you're ready. And so the Venmo and PayPal links are both in the description. Please follow directions there. And let's get into the collective reading, shall we? Let's get into that. Let's do this. Let's do this. Without any hesitation, let's get on going. It's been an interesting week. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been feeling kind of tired, maybe? Tired, but sluggish at the same time, but also pushed. It's been a kind of weird phasing period. I would say for those who've been like planted the seeds, and I've said this before, those who've already planted the seeds on your life and what you're doing and all that, you'll kind of just feel like a coasting, maybe just relaxing energy. And those who haven't been planting those seeds, I've been saying for many months, you might be feeling the rug being pulled beneath you. You might be feeling a lot of around you. That's because life is trying to get you guys in order. This collective energy is trying to get everything in order for you because you have been a little sluggish on your evolution. So Spirit is trying to pick it up for you so we can move on and we can all expand collectively. That's what's occurring here. So let's shuffle these cards and we will see what the collective message is. And Greek god, I figure for the wealth theme, we'll go with some marble columns, palace, and a great view today. So, Sydney, Aaron, good to see you. Straggler. And we're still shuffling the cards. And I will be closing readings down probably in 30 minutes. I won't be taking any readings, and Nina will be directing on that because I do not want to extend this live too long tonight. And next Thursday, I will not be on, so there won't be a live next Thursday. I'll be on my way to Austin for Unite the Light. So those of you who are going to be at the Unite the Light, see you there. Let's get these cards going. Tommy Garassi, good to see you. All right. All right. It's just going to be kind of a confirmation, kind of a continuation from last week. But remember, these reads are for the weeks. This is the weekly read, the weekly climate. Let's shuffle these oracle cards. And for those of you who are new, I'm not a tarot reader, but I utilize tarot for circumstances like this. I'm a psychic medium. I don't need them. But to kind of guide me on a direction of conversation, I use the cards for that purpose, and that's why it's really helpful. Okay. All right. Perfect. So I know a lot of you guys might be feeling the extremes. Like I was saying previously, an extreme pull, an extreme push. And this has been going on for the past couple of weeks. So those of you who are kind of just joining in, we're kind of going to have a similar message from the past 2 weeks. So if you're feeling that kind of extreme push and pull in your life right now, you need to make up your mind and make a decision on things. You need to start kind of settling things in your life that need to be settled. And you also need to start pushing things along. No more wasting time, no more hesitating, no more trepidation of what to do or not to do. It's time to embrace the change because we are in this essence of movement, as I've been saying for a long time, especially within Taurus season, and the month of May is all about this movement. So there are probably half of you in the room that still need to make up your mind and make a decision on things and push things along. And again, like I always say in these circumstances, could be a relationship, could be a job, could be a situation, could be a legal situation, which I do feel like there's a lot of legal aspects going on currently for a lot of people. And so whether or not you should take that stand or whether you should take a step forward on this or whether or not you should pursue it, we're saying pursue it. And if you have to take a stand for yourself, now is the time to do that. Now is the time to take a stand for the truth. So if you have any type of legal issue and you're questioning whether or not you should go forward with it, now is a good time to do so. And of course, be objective, be rational on your approaches and what's going on so you can allow yourself to move forward with ease and with proper intellect. But they're saying take that leap forward to stand up for yourself. Stop pussyfooting around. They're saying this is why you're feeling the extremes of the hot and the cold, the extremes of the right and the left and the push and the pulls in your own life is because you're not allowing yourself to push things along. You're in betwixt the energy of passiveness and the energy of assertiveness. So if you're not being either one, you're being neutral, you're going to feel either current pulling or pushing you right now because of the energy current that we are in currently. Energy current that we are in currently. Isn't that sound kind of redundant? But it's kind of different. So you guys have the intellect. You already know what you need to be doing. You're saying the wisdom is already here. You already have the information. You already have the I would say the backing, the intellectual backing, even the support to move things forward if there is a legal matter. And same things when it comes to a relationship. You have the support to get out of it. And same thing with the job. You will have the support to get out of this job. It's time to make a decision. It's time for change. It's time to actually expand. And I mean this figuratively and also literally. It's time to expand your soul expression to be more encompassed to different worldly things, to get out of your comfort zone. That's what it's time for right now. And you guys should start telling yourselves, if I really want to be in a state of wealth, could I achieve that in my current circumstances? Does my $90,000, $60,000, $50,000 a year job, is that going to get me wealth? Probably not. And so you guys have to start thinking outside the box and getting outside your comfort zone and see how you can evolve what you're already doing to acquire the wealth. And the wealth, we always talk about wealth when it comes to, of course, money, and material possessions. That's what wealth really means in the physical sense. But wealth is a mindset. It's a state of being. And so if things in your life are in lack, and we hear this all the time in the spiritual communities and New Age communities about the lack mindset, which is true, but I don't want to use the buzzword of the decade, but if you actually are in lack in certain situations in your life, you're not going to expand into wealth at all. You're actually going to keep all these different fragmented pieces in your life, every dynamic of your life, in a state of lack, which means that the overall being of yourself will be in lack. You won't be evolving. And the whole point of actually growing and evolving is so you can expand new levels of consciousness and new levels of being and new levels of physical expressions. And so let's be rational. Are you going to acquire wealth? Do you have a partner that's sucking you dry? Probably not. Are you going to acquire wealth when you have a job that's sucking you dry? Probably not. So now's the time to think outside the box. Now's the time to change the modality that you're in into a newer modality, so you can actually have more of appreciation to the things that are in your life and the different dynamics that you have in your life, because appreciation increases value. Appreciation, when you actually have more value, of course, the reflection of money and abundance starts becoming more evident around you when you start appreciating and valuing things. And as I said previously, the more appreciation, the more value goes up. That's how money works too. When money appreciates, its value goes up. So the same thing with things in your lives. If you don't have things in your lives that you can appreciate and you're not appreciating, consider yourself in that lack poverty mindset. It's a mindset. And the only way to get into a more wealth mindset is to, again, appreciate and understand how to grow and expand what you already are doing. And so many guys are doing the manifestation techniques. I'm writing down, I'm wealthy, I'm abundant, money comes to me, but you're not seeing outside of that limited salary that you have. You're not seeing outside of how you can take the skill sets that you have and to expand it into something greater to increase more of that financial wealth. And a lot of you guys are seeing, money as the goal when money is a result. Money is not the goal. Wealth is not the goal. It's a result. And it's a result of how you're applying yourself. And so a lot of you guys are not doing the process it takes to acquire that wealth. You guys aren't thinking that way. And I blame the New Age communities for this. Oh, just imagine you'll be wealthy and you'll be wealthy. That's not how it works. It's great to get your brain on board in the wealth mindset because it allows you to believe in it. But you got to do the work and do the things within your life and strategize within the things in your life to evolve and to grow them so they become fruitful and also become wealthy in itself in those own rights. So you need to look around in your life right now and ask yourself, what is anchoring you down? It's got to go. It's hindering your wealth mentality. What is depriving you in your life right now? It's time to let it go. It's depriving your wealth mentality. So a lot of you guys who've been affirming and putting the mindset of, oh, I'm abundant, I'm wealthy. You're doing all this affirmations, but you're not doing anything. So you're going to feel this tug of war. You're going to feel this tug of war. You're going to feel both energies. And you're in between it. So you got to take action on this. And are you going to find wealth when you're actually treating your body like crap and you're not taking care of your body and your overall well-being? That's a tongue twister. Your overall well-being? Of course not. Because if you don't even find appreciation in the body, in the self, how is that going to evolve into a wealth mentality, thus creating wealth for yourself? So these are the things that many people are really kind of in betwixt in their lives. They think that just affirming somehow is going to make it appear. That's not going to happen. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news for you. It's not going to happen if you just think about it. You'll believe in it, but how many people have believed in so many dreams in their lives but never came to pass because they didn't do anything about it, or they remained defeated in their life with it? Okay? But when you affirm and take the action, magic does happen. When you affirm and you actually put that affirmation into momentum, into movement, magic happens. Things align. And you start realizing, oh, spirit's in my favor. The universe is in my favor. And so the universe to me is just a mechanism. So we guys, ask for the universe for help and ask the universe, like, is this, it's some sort of conscious thing? The universe is a mechanism. It just recalibrates to align with the energy that you're putting out. And also whatever your soul purpose is, that's what you will be following. But if you're out of alignment to your soul purpose, the universe will kind of give you and show you the confliction that's going on within. So it's a mechanism. You know all. We are all seeing. We have the source creator energy within us. We have that flow of abundant intellect and information within us. That is all seeing. That is all knowing. That's what you need to be asking, is yourself within, not the universe. Okay, so don't ask the mechanism that you are running this yourself. And so it's like you're asking the bike, where are we going today? Bike, show me a direction, bike, while you're driving the bike. The bike is not going to respond. It's going to go and take you where you command it to go when you're pedaling those pedals, around and driving around. It's going to go where you take it. So stop asking the universe, where am I going, universe? What's my purpose, universe? You ain't going to get nothing. Ask the source within. And find out what the soul purpose is, because the soul purpose is really the path that you've already designed for yourself. And when you expand that purpose, wealth becomes a natural essence, because the soul actually derives from abundance. The soul derives from that inner spiritual wealth of limitless energy, power. That is the soul within, that's the core within, the source that we have flowing through us, our creator. That is our source. That is our flow. So we command the universe to do what we please. We dictate to the universe, this is what I choose to see. And so when you have a timeline, you understand the timeline that you are on, and you allow yourself to understand how to grow and to evolve where you're at now into different momentums and so forth in the direction of your soul purpose. Once more, the universe will be without contradiction, because your soul energy is the essence of your vibration. And when you're not following that soul purpose, you will have contradiction in your vibration, and of course, you'll be fed more of that. And the universe will show that to you, that contradiction. Okay, so understand wealth, you guys. You have to be psychological about this too. If I affirm that I'm wealthy 100 times a day, but I have a job that only pays me $70,000 a year, can I become wealthy from that? Well, maybe I'll just win the lottery. That thinking is so lack mentality and so powerless mentality. You will not get anywhere. If anything, you'll create more of a hole of lack. So it's time for us to break out of these mindsets. And again, I blame the New Age communities for this and the manifestation communities for this, for the misinformation, which keeps people stuck in this faux dream state. And so please, guys, understand, all you have to do is apply yourself into how you want to evolve what you're currently doing and tap into the soul intellect. And the soul intellect will create the imagery of what you're seeing ahead before you. And that will be seamless, and almost, it wouldn't take so much effort to expand and to move forward in your life. Okay? So the opposition to the soul purpose and the collective energy right now, which is trying to get us to progress, you're going to feel this yin-yang energy, like you're in between it, if you're not doing anything in your life, if you're not moving forward. It's going to become chaotic. And I have a lot of people around that I know, and people that I know that know other people. So there's a lot of group people I know in extensions and I talk to who haven't been doing the work, and they're having a horrible time right now. And a lot of us who, especially me, I've been doing the work as I've been knowing as we've been evolving. It's just been a very chill moment for me. Got a lot going on, but it's kind of chill, right? So please understand, guys, it's time to make the changes. It's time to make this decision to stop pussyfooting. And, you know, the cards that came about, too, which is really amazing, too, obviously about transformation. The World card was the first initial card, which is all about expansion to me. And this emotional read, the World card means about expanding the soul outwardly and kind of really being an expression to the world and bringing value to the world. So in this case, I'm taking that literally, but more in an emotional sense. Next up was a Tower card. There needs to be massive change going on, and if you're not allowing it to happen, it's going to happen on its own. As well as the Death card is all about transformation, guys. Transformation. And, you know, the Three of Swords is all about, you know, keeping yourself stuck in pain. And the Queen of Swords energy is someone who kind of knows how to be. I love the Queen of Swords energy that comes up here, because basically saying that you guys need to be a little more intellectually agile. Spirituality doesn't mean you forget about your intellect. Spirituality does not mean that you forget about thinking and creating new logic for yourself. Spirituality means that you're actually allowing yourself to be very analytical, but in the sense of the perspective of the soul, to create better logic for you, to increase and to expand the brain. That's the point. And so we hear all the time, look within, look within, look within. And people are like, I don't know what the hell that means. I'm looking within, what does that mean? You have to identify the intuition, the soul, your cravings, your desires, you know, the rational, subtle, you know, intellect that you have, which is called the soul intuition, versus the brain that just wants to overanalyze and process and put you in a rabbit hole. That's what the brain does. The brain wants to cycle. The brain can only, you know, configure a future probability from the past. The brain is not very intuitive. I say this all the time too, but we have to be reminded of this. The brain is not intuitive. It can only create a possible outcome in the mind based on past experiences. And how reliable are your past experiences? Not very reliable. If you had a crappy, shitty past, your brain's going to create logic that's going to somewhat get you out of that based on the tools that you had from the past. It can't get you out of it. And so the only thing that could get you out of the past paradigms is the soul intellect, the intuition. And so you can find a lot of that information through meditation. I always say intentional meditation is key. Intentional meditation is key. When people say, all right, I'm going to be spiritual. I'm meditating. What I'm doing, I'm breathing. Okay, I hear thoughts, and how do I stop the thoughts? You're not doing anything. And if you're not used to slowing down your thoughts, you're better off just going for a run and going for a jog to exhaust yourself, to stop the thoughts, than force yourself into a meditation. But if you go into a meditation and you have an intention, say, I want to go into meditation. I really kind of want to feel, you know, what my vibe, my intuition is really telling me. And so go into meditation with the intention of hearing your intuition. Guess what? You'll hear things. Something will come up about a circumstance in your life. Something will come up about information, how to maneuver around your life. It'll come up. But If you're just doing just to be spiritual, nothing's going to happen. Don't even do it. Go for a run. Exhaust yourself so you can chill on that regard. But use intentional meditation to get the information from the soul within. Use the intentional meditation to talk to spirit. Use the intentional meditation to configure ideas. Use intentional meditation to configure what the hell is going on right now in your life and what are you missing. Be intentional with that. And that's being, I would say, productive. You can put on all the theta waves that you want every night. You might be calming yourself down, but then if you want a strategy and the insight and perspective to bounce back into physical reality, you're just slowing yourself down, but you're putting yourself back into shit. You have to understand when you awaken how to walk through the shit. You can calm yourself down as much as you want after being in that shit, but you have to understand how to be equipped to walk through and maneuver around the shit. That's the key, and that comes from the soul. That comes from discernment, and that comes from your perspective, but also comes from your, I would say, intuition about what you know you need to do for yourself to evolve and to grow. And I would tell you guys should be more focusing on what is true for you, not so much about what feels good for you. Some of you guys are all hung up about beliefs. I'm believing. You need to take those beliefs and toss them in the trash. Those beliefs are what's going to limit you and prevent your wealth mindset. You need to be focusing on the truth at all times. What is true? What is true for me? And a lot of times you keep asking, is this true for me? You'll start realizing a lot of beliefs that you've been holding on to are false. Or those beliefs in itself are the ones that have been preventing you from moving on. So you should be focused on what is true for you. What is truth? What is truth? What is the truth? Truth, truth, truth. Always shining light on the truth. And if that means kicking bad habits, kicking bad people, kicking bad beliefs out of the picture, then do it. And so we have to, at this point, and those who are on the precipice of a spiritual evolution, this whole, writing in your book 5,000 times in a journal about how much you want something ain't going to do anything in your life. You're going to keep yourself in contempt. Why isn't what I'm writing down coming to fruition? Why isn't it happening? We got to break this paradigm. You guys have the power within to start behaving like you want to, the person you want to become. You have the power within to become that energy that you want to become. It's the personality. It's the person that you're trying to manifest, not the things. We just had a discussion on LOL about this, and I'm being very clear about this because we're in this essence right now, this current right now of manifestation. A lot of people's seeds that have been planted previously are coming to manifestation now, and so a lot of us are enjoying the fruits of that. Some of you guys are saying, "I'm trying to manifest. I have this thing. I want these things to accomplish, but it's not accomplishing." Is because you're not doing the work, and so. It's important to understand what the work is. And let me tell you something. A lot of times you guys misunderstand what work means. A lot of times the work is getting rid of that relationship. A lot of times the work is I'm going to stand up for myself. And actually I am going to proceed with this legal matter because I need to stand up for what's for me. Guess what will come through in those channels? Abundance, wealth. You never know. You have a legal matter like, well, they did me wrong, but I need to stand up for myself. And then you get a nice form of a big check from that lawsuit because you stood up for yourself and it worked in your favor. So these little changes, these little realizations that you are making can plant more nuggets of and opportunities and open channels where wealth and abundance can flow through you very easily. But we don't take those little actions, those little steps, you're leaving yourself stuck and you're leaving yourself in lack. And also you're continuing the cycle of deprivation. Because then you believe that you don't deserve any better. And so affirming ain't going to do shit because your actions and how you're behaving is what's dictating what you're experiencing. You can say 1,000 times how abundant you are, but when you're stuck in depriving situations and you're not doing anything to get yourself out of it, you don't truly believe that you are worth more. And that's going to be your outcome every single time. So stop being the anchor. It's time to wake up. That's what the awakening is. All this woke shit and awakening people are talking about is not an awakening. What I'm trying to say is about the awakening and getting out of this spiritual new age crap haze that we need to get out of and get into the truth and the power that we have to really manifest. To really manifest. And I say again, manifestation is a realization of your soul actual destiny purpose. And we can maneuver and create little things along the way in our path, and we can expand, and we can even alter our destiny in this current lifetime if we're in tune to it. And you're fulfilling your karmic persons, your karmic purpose, and you're fulfilling and changing karmic paths. Let me start that over. When you're changing your karmic lessons and you're outgrowing, you're learning from your karmic. I'm having a tongue twister here. Let's start over again. When you evolve from your karma of your past and you learn your karmic lessons and you're in tune to your destiny and the growth that you intended to come here for, you can rewrite your destiny. You can expand and re-alter your destiny. Then you can have a more manifestational type of experience at that point. But not many people are in that essence of their life. They're so far behind that. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, but we need to know what it is first so we can actually, do that. And I would say karma doesn't mean punishment. Karma means memory. Memory from your past experiences, past incarnations that are carrying this incarnation that need to be resolved. And when we resolve that, then we can have more leeway of what we want to dictate and control in this life. Okay? But this is what the wealth mindset is, guys. The wealth mindset isn't complacency. The wealth mindset isn't delusion. The wealth mindset isn't, I don't know what to do, I'm stuck, and there's nothing better for me. That's not the wealth mindset. The wealth mindset is continuous expansion and continuously evolve and putting value into what you have currently and making it greater. That's the wealth mindset. It's increasing the value and it also increasing your appreciation of what you have to build more. Some of you guys have so much resource right now to be building more in your lives. You're not doing anything about it. Wealth ain't coming. Wealth is not coming. Wealth is coming when you say, I have all this stuff that I've done, all these skill sets. I'm going to bend and I'm going to evolve and to grow with this and expand it, and wealth will be coming to you. You're on alignment to wealth if you do that. So you guys have the power to do this. And a lot of you guys are really in that essence. And so, if it's taking time, be patient with that. You're on your way. A lot of you guys are on the path of wealth and on that path to abundance. But there's a process. There's a road to get there. And there's things that we have to clear out in order to be able to be open to be a match to that. So many of you guys are doing so great on that. And some of you guys are really you can feel it, you can see it, but it really isn't about the actual material, the material result of that. That's just confirmation. It's the fact you feel free. It's the fact you feel free about really not needing those things, that you feel free with your essence. That's true wealth and abundance. And then, of course, the money and all that tangible stuff will just come in easily. And you won't even really be so hung up over those things. So remember, the wealth is a result. It's a result of your overall well-being and your intentions and how you're moving forward in your life. That's the key. Stop falling for these stupid manifestation crap stuff. We have to attune to the soul and the purpose and then understand how to manifest along the way. It's a bigger picture and that's more dynamical. It's not so simple because life is not so simple in that sense. Life is very complex in that sense. Simple, yes, I would say it's simple, but it's complex. Understand the complexities. All right? So now that I kind of preached about this, but I think a lot of people have it all wrong, and when it comes to wealth, and they're depriving themselves. And I could sit back in my life of everything I've evolved and obtained, and I feel so rich. I feel rich in my relationships. I feel rich in my family. I feel rich in my career. I feel rich in my abilities. I feel rich in what I express, my creativity. I feel rich in my home. I feel that vibrance all the time. All the time. I'm rich in how I express myself in my life. I'm rich in how I feel free in my life. I'm rich of how I've grown from my traumas. Material things can't confirm or deny that. Only your soul can. And when you're in that essence, the physicality doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. And that's the true freedom we're talking about. Okay? All right. Well, I babbled long enough on this. And so, but I think you guys need some more motivation on this. It needs a little bit of a different perspective when it comes to wealth and moving forward. And I kind of used the collective read, which is interesting, to kind of go into the topic. And kind of the cards pulled in the direction of the topic, which is great, which is also confirmation that that's the frequency we're all in collectively. All right. I'm going to pull a couple oracle cards in closing, and then we'll get to the live readings. And whoever is booked in, great. Whoever's not, we're shutting them down soon. So get them in soon because Mr. Cruz is tired today and he's not going to overextend himself today. And Nina, if you got a hold of, if you could see if the person that I texted you is in the chat to send a link to, that would be awesome. Okay. And, I love this kind of the oracle cards just laying out to me saying, balance. It's all about finding that balance. And so sometimes you guys need to be in the darkness to do so. Don't be afraid of the darkness. Okay? Dark energy can be very powerful energy. Utilize it. It's not all about being positive. Okay, the dark energy can be very, very, very powerful in harvesting energy to manifest what you want, or to manifest the change that you're wanting, in a sense. And that change is really, again, aligned with the soul purpose, is get yourself on track, basically, what we're talking about. That darkness is a huge messenger, a huge help. Stop running away from darkness and negativity. It's a messenger, it's a help, it's a guide. And, expect the unexpected too. That's another thing about thinking outside the box, is expecting the unexpected. You guys, like I said before about thinking outside the box, if you don't think outside the box and prepare for the unexpected, wealth ain't coming. It's not coming. There's no match to that energy. And nourishment as well is a conclusion of that. And make sure you're nourishing yourself during this process, and having the proper protection, okay? That's the essence of what you need to get yourself in that mindset, okay? It's powerful, but I'm not sugarcoating this today. I am not going to tell you when you're doing the right things by thinking those types of things. No, it's not the right process. And so today it's going to be kind of more direct, but it is what it is. And let's get to the live readings. Nina, if you found that person who left for the live video reading, I want to make sure that he can get the link if he's in the room, because he actually sent that payment well before. Okay, let's get into it. Open my okay, I'll just have to refund them. Okay, card pull for Sydney Aaron. Let's get into it. I like what Erica says. Erica says, the darkness is the void, the womb of the great mother. Creation starts in darkness. That's correct. That's correct. I mean, the dark energy and dark matter energy is full of inspiration. The light energy is more about manifestation. So, if you want to say this in the physical context, the darkness and the dark energy and the void energy is actually the inspiration, is the power. The lightness is manifestation. If you want to think of that way, where it comes to manifestation, comes to light, in a sense. So that's a good way to think about that. Okay, this is for a card pull for Mrs. Sydney Aaron. All right. Since I've been in my new place, my sinuses have gotten a lot better, I have to say. I haven't been doing my sinus push. All right, Sydney Aaron, here's a card pull, and we'll make it relatable to everybody in the room watching about it. All right, let's go. Okay. A lot of change, Sydney, this month for you, they're saying. You've been harvesting... that you've planted many seeds. So I'm just going to show you. This is a card pull. So we just card pulls in general. But you've been harvesting seeds, 7 of Pentacles. So you've been planting a lot of seeds. And, although the conditions have not yet fully kind of changed or rendered, you've still been doing the work to be able to make it happen in the future. So you're doing well on this. Death card's all about transformation. And so that's a good factor for you. But a lot of this is talking about, making the decision on, should I stay or should I go? Should I go here or should I go there? So I think you're going to have your answer this month, I feel like. All right. So whatever you're trying to decipher, 2 of Swords in reverse that you can't make a decision on. They're saying, and 2 of Pentacles as well, that you're going to you'll be able to make the decision this month for this stay or go. I don't know. I keep hearing that. Should I go or should I stay? So you'll know this month. It'll come very clear to you. The soil is getting ready for you to be planted in new soil. Okay? So yes, and I think that's going to be evident this month, and you're going to feel a lot of that movement, Sydney. Okay? So that's a really good thing for you. So they've been saying, your guys are saying, oh, you've been trying to find the answer. The answer hasn't been coming to you yet. It's like, yeah, but other things. You need to figure out other things. You need to figure out other aspects of what's around you in your life. How to handle that to be able to make this decision on staying or going. Departing is what I'm hearing. So maybe it's a move, in that sense. So I think you'll know, and that will be confirmed for you this month. Okay? And yeah, look at this. Beginnings and abundance. Beginnings and abundance. So you're beginning for the first time again. That's what you're doing. You're beginning for the first time again. So, and that's where roads will lead to more of an abundant energy, a more freeing energy for you. So that's good. Okay. Brandy, how can we get you the link? Because we'll get you on now. For the live video. Well, you know what? I'll just put it in the chat, Brandy. Just click on the chat. I trust people in the chat. If people are just going to spam the call, then I'm just going to deny it, decline it, and block them. So click the link here, Brandy. Put that in your, it's in the chat there. So take that link, click on that. You'll call in, and I'll have you on. If people start spamming that, you will be blocked. Okay, so I trust my viewers in here that they're not going to spam the link. But if you do, you'll be blocked. You won't be able to come on the channel again. So it's that easy. So just click on that link and we'll get you on. Let me try to get these headphones. Look at these things here. And then until then, I'm going to answer a question from Jessica Collins before then. Just flip it down. Okay, Jessica Collins says, I just officially divorced but have been separated for 2 years. There's a guy I'm casually dating and I want to see if it goes deeper. Do you see this as a good thing in my life right now? I'm going to answer the question in reverse. Yes, I think it's a good thing in your life right now. We just have Brandy in the green room until I'm ready. But yes, I think it's a good decision for you right now. I don't see this relationship kind of becoming serious in the long term. The reasons for that is I don't feel like this person is, as much as they say they might be into commitment, they don't feel like they're a commitment type, even though they might say that they are. I feel like they're, kind of all about the casual energy and all about the good thoughts and good feelings and like, yeah, we're going to do this together. But when it comes to it, it's kind of like falls short. So they might be more about the presentation. They might be more about like the talking of things and having the fun of things. But when it comes down to getting serious, they might fall short on that. But I think this is good for you right now as a distraction to recalibrate your perspective on dating. So this is good for now, but I would say enjoy it for more of a temporary, relationship, not so much long term. And you'll start seeing that too when it comes closer to you. Understand that you'll start feeling like, yeah, it's not going further than what it already has been going, but you feel like you needed it. It was a good period in your life. That's what it feels like. So it could be a couple years even with this dynamic, but it does feel needed for you though. It does feel needed for you. All right, Jessica? Okay, let's get to this live video reading. Let me get my earpiece together. I'm coming, Brandy. I'm coming. Let me just get this earpiece on. I hate these things are kind of not the easiest things to get on here because they're actually for like drummers. Okay, let's get to this. Mute that here. Okay, let's get Brandy in. Hello there.
Hi.
Can you hear me okay?
I do. Do you hear me?
I do, yes. So what is your question, Brandy?
Oh, well, to be honest, I was not sure how this works. So my question probably most immediately would be about someone I started seeing a couple of months ago when where it...
Let's see that. Let's look at that. Oh gosh, you guys hear this music playing? I'm just hearing it now with my headphones on. Okay, we'll leave it. Hopefully it's not too distracting, the music. Okay. Let me see. Look at this dynamic here. Okay. I'll turn that off. They feel to me, I don't want to say needy. I'm using my words very, very lightly here. They feel needy in a different sense. They feel like they need to be mothered a little bit. Okay. And I'm saying a little bit. So they might need a little more of attention that you might be not understanding that because I feel like they're going to need more attention eventually. I'll just say it this way. And I think in time, they're going to need more validation. They're going to be more nurturing, and it might feel cumbersome to a certain degree. But that I feel like the more they get deeper into relationships, that starts coming out, I would say. And so it might, and the reason I'm saying this is because it might become more so about them and their emotions and less about you. So I think that, that might become something that become challenging, but it's only because there's a fear of being vulnerable. on their end. And once they get really deep and vulnerable, you might start seeing that come out in that sense. So when it does come out, I would be nurturing, but I wouldn't. I think you do have a caretaking energy anyways, so you might tend to make it about them. They're saying, please don't do that. Please make sure that you find that balance, that you don't take on too much of the responsibility for them. I think as of now, they're playing it cool. As of now, it seems like it's fun. As of now, it feels like they're very kind of, they're being themselves. It's part of themselves. But so I would say it's good to continue on this, but be very cautious. And I don't want to say cautious. That sounds like there's some sort of a threat. There isn't. But be more conscious of when they start becoming more vulnerable and needing more of that nurturing. Because if they don't get that, they'll start causing some sort of a conflict that either will pull away or become cold in that sense. So that's kind of the I don't even want to say warning, because warning sounds like a danger too. That would be an alert, I would say, on this. But I feel that they want to open up, and I feel like they want to move past their past in a sense. So I feel like there is that need to get out of that. So that's a good thing. And if you kind of deal with it in a very balanced way, then it could be something that could be actually long-term, actually. It could be long-term. If that part is dealt with correctly with ease, but you're also making sure you're getting what you need from the process too, then yes. But if you take too much responsibility for them, then they would become codependent and you would become frustrated, and that could be the demise of the relationship. Okay. So yeah. I'm looking long-term on this one. Let me look deeper on them specifically on that. They feel like a loyal person. They feel loyal. I think that they're what you see is what you get with them. So they're transparent in that sense, right? So I don't think that they'll necessarily have multiple partners. That's not them. So I don't think you'll find disloyalty in that fact if you get serious with them. I think they will be a one-person person. I'm trying to look at anything else to alert you on in the negative. Then we'll look at the positive. I think you guys. I'm sorry saying guys, that's my New York terminology. The both of you people, I think you guys relate and resonate on a lot. And I think that you have a lot of history that's very similar in a sense that you can relate to. So I think there is a bond there. It's not trauma bonding, because I feel like you guys have evolved from that. But I feel like there's a lot that keeps you guys understanding each other and keeps you both very much, I would say, in the same frequency. So that's a good thing, because that means if you keep finding the commonality in that sense, it can continue to evolve. And then when they get to the point where they're feeling that needy energy, then it would be less cumbersome if you continue what you're doing now in the relatable aspects, in a sense. I feel that they have. It reads like a female to me. I get a very female energy to me. So I want to say she, but I feel like she has a very, she has abandonment issues, I would say. Okay. And so I think that she has a fear of being left and fear of being rejected, abandoned, and that stuff. So it's heavy within her. It's not apparent right now, but I'm saying it will become apparent. I think she deals with it well, but when she becomes close, like I said before, you'll start seeing that come out. And it doesn't feel so cumbersome. It just feels like something you'll have to work through with that. Okay?
Excellent.
Let me see any other elements too. I like to be clear, because I like to be more about like how it's like playing out in that way than just being so vague about it. But no, I think she's going to, she feels strong to me overall. I think at the same time, she wants serious relationships. She's thinking of the future, so I feel like she will be pushing for that, and I feel with you, I feel like she feels safe with you. I feel like she's, she feels like she could be herself with you, and you have a very comforting energy for her. So she likes to relax in that a lot too. And I just feel like she's saying she's just so fun. She's just so fun. So she finds you to be very fun too. I think you bring a different element of fun to her that she hasn't experienced before. And she's saying also, I feel it's all about like you guys can go into deep in conversation with philosophical talks too. You guys can go down like a rabbit hole easy together. So there's great compatibility there. Great compatibility there. And once she locks in, and I feel like she could be very loyal in that sense. I just want to make sure that moment where she becomes vulnerable and needy at that point, that doesn't become a detriment, it becomes the acceleration of this. Any other questions with this?
No, that was it. And the parts that I already do know by now, it checks out completely.
Yeah. What do you mean? What I'm saying, you're saying?
Yeah. What you're
saying
aligns with what I do know now.
Okay.
And then in addition to the parts that I don't know that we're
and,
talking about.
And that's what I'm saying is more future. We're kind of trying to prepare you for that a little bit so you don't become, so it's not like an unknown. It's like you'll see it coming. You'll know how to kind of curb it more so it doesn't become like cumbersome. But I like you two together though. I do like the energy seems really good together. And so I think you will also learn a lot from this. Like as much as I feel you have the caretaking energy, I think you also will learn a lot from this experience too, which would be really great too. So yeah. All right.
Absolutely.
Any other questions you want to ask before any other questions about anything else you want to ask before we close this?
Generally, if you can answer about like career related. I know you were talking about manifestation and prosperity and such earlier, and my career has come a long way. It's doing well. I do feel like there's something else at some point, but I have no idea what.
Yeah, and this is going to be off the boat too, because there's an artistic expression that needs to be expressed. So I think that you're going to get into some sort of creative endeavor. It seems like a visual art, but also somehow with like greenery. So I don't know how that works. So somehow you'll tap into like a green thumb, and also some sort of visual artistic expressions, what they're saying as far as a detour, which off left field. So they're saying there needs to be more of a visual creative expression going on. And I think that might be the pull that you're feeling. So they want to confirm that with a visual creation. That's going to come out probably, you're going to sense this by November. I think November this year, you're going to feel this like creation bug. And I think by November, you'll feel like I'm just like doing something with this piece. I just made this art with this like plant or something. So it might not be that literal, but you'll understand at that time why I'm picking that up. That you'll find ways to be very creative with your presentation and with this visual expression somehow. And that might mean that needs to be realized for you to fully understand the expression of that so that you can manifest an expression of that. But I feel in November, you're going to feel this bug of visual creativity. And I think that will turn it, because I see a side business coming from that. I can't see complete what that is because that might need to be realized by you, but I feel the essence of that in manifestation of that realization. And it feels like a side gig that you'll be making money on, like almost like your own little company or business or a little product or whatever you want to define that to be, something of that nature.
Very cool.
Very left field, I would say, from what you're doing now.
Yeah.
But I think that there's something again with the greenery and the green thumb too that will make sense at that time.
Okay.
Remember, it's future. So a lot of times we change a lot in the future, and right now you're feeling a pull, and you're like, "What is this pull I'm feeling?" It's like, well, you'll start seeing that kind of come to manifestation real soon.
Okay. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing this for so long, and I always feel crazy in the stuff I say in the future. But when it happens, I'm like, I trust spirit on that because I love seeing people's lives change and grow. And I, if someone told me 15 years ago that, or 20 years ago, you'll be doing readings professionally, I would have laughed in their faces. I'm like, I would never do this. I would never do readings. I was fine composing music for TV and film. I was doing well financially. I didn't want anyone to know about my mystical side. I didn't want to be, a circus freak in a sense. So if someone told me, I would have laughed in their faces, but here I am doing it. So there's so many things in our future that's unbeknownst to us that we change into that are, I would say, blessings in a sense. I think this endeavor will be a nice blessing for you. In that sense, and also being able to make money at this visual expression, that's this mystery box, but you'll understand this more by November of this year.
Perfect.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure to connect with you. a lot of interesting things to see unfolding, right?
Absolutely. You as well. I really appreciate energy that you've given to it. And so I enjoy watching your show, learn.
I appreciate you.
So thank you.
Thank you so much, beloved. Have a blessed night and wonderful evening, and I'll see you soon.
All right. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Right, have a good night.
You too. Okay, there you go. Okay, there's a little bit of a lag there. What a beautiful soul that was. Yes, and I love, it's so interesting too, as a reader, when I see the things that people don't know about yet in the future. It's so... it's kind of funny to me. In the beginning, I was always like, I don't know, I don't trust this because I know they're not going to know this. But to me, it's become kind of funny and kind of cool and cute to me that when I see what they're going to realize and how it's going to fulfill their lives, it's kind of exciting to me when I see that. Okay, let's see who is next on the list. We had Sydney, then we have Beth Lawer for a card pull. Let's see this over here from Miss Beth Lawer. So, and here's the thing I'm going to say about the last read too. Her energy feels very open to me. And her energy feels like she's been doing a lot of growth in her life. And I can sense that from her, right? So there's going to be a lot of unexpected in her future. And that could also be a lot of connection to wealthy, wealth energy and also abundant energy and opportunities of such. You all need to have that energy. You all need to, model the energy. A lot of you guys already do, but we all got to, keep and sustain that energy at all times. It's okay if you stumble. That's quite all right. We're human and we learn, but just to have a conscious effort of that allowance and that openness, and so she has that for me in that sense. So I almost kind of like will enjoy her having these like really fun realizations of that future, as well. Okay. A lot of you guys would even question, how can you sense something not specifically? And I would say a lot of times when we're going through our evolution, things start rendering in our future trajectory, but not all the data has been rendered. So I get the pieces of such. And so once you make more realization, that starts filling in the future trajectory and becomes more clear. So in this sense, she has been evolving in her life and been open to as such. This artistic kind of expression she's starting to give birth to that on the soul level. And I see that. And so the more she continues that evolution, that birth that she's giving birth, that visual creation, skill set, talent, whatever you want to call that the soul is giving birth to, will become, I would say, in realization term in the physical sense, because it would be, again, given birth to. She's pregnant with the idea. It's in the soul version, in the soul. So, and that plant thing was so clear too. All right, this is for Beth Lawer. How are you guys handling the evening? Was there a glitch? Was there a pause? Because I know we had some pauses last week. Okay. Okay. This is for Beth Lawer, and we have. Is the lag okay, guys? Let me make sure before I move on here. Because I feel like making sure I got to check in. Is it lag? Because I don't want to go on and there's lag and I'm going to repeat it. Okay, this is for Beth Lawer card pool. Tower card. All clear, good. Tower card. Change is around the corner, so that's what Tower card is. But to me, it feels like... I feel like there's been a lot of deception around you, Beth. And I think that you've been carrying too much burden with the deception of people around you that needs to be cleared out. And that you need to start taking a stand for yourself when it comes to people that are around you. I just feel like there's a lot of people around currently that are giving false presentation or are, being dishonest, and quite frankly, causing a lot of stress for you. And it feels like, you might be meeting new people in that sense, or, going on dates or relationships in that sense. And they're just saying that these people are not the best for you around you. And you've been having a consistency of this. And I'm saying it's time to change that. It's time to really start standing up for yourself. It's time to start using your voice and saying, this is what I need, this is what I deserve, and I'm not seeking it in somebody else. I'm going to receive it in my life. So you have to understand what it's like to start receiving instead of start digging. Because they're saying you're digging too much in these relationships and these people, and they don't have enough to offer. But you're digging and giving it so much attention that you're carrying too much. It's becoming too stressful, too burdensome for you. And then you're wondering why this person was dishonest or why they took advantage. And we're saying because you're digging in the wrong crap. You're digging in the wrong basket, excuse me. So you have to be more conscious of this. You got to take a stand for yourself and stand up for yourself in these situations and understand what you really do need when it comes to, these type of relationships. Because, I feel like you're meeting new people or trying to meet new people at this time, and everyone's becoming very crazy. Meeting a lot of crazy people. And they got to go. And you're giving too much consideration to these people, they're saying. And so that needs to go. It needs to be, handled in a way that you're saying, this is not for me. This is not good for me. And don't question it. Because they're saying all that energy is putting a lot of stress on you. Okay? Kim Brownie, hello. Okay, so be mindful of that, okay? And the next read is... And guys, we have to think about that too. Because, who you surround yourself with you associate yourself with that energy, so you're kind of like enveloping yourself in that too. So it's very important what you choose to be around and what you choose to associate yourself with, because you're stepping in that energy modality, and you don't want that to start sticking onto you as well. Especially if you have relation to certain negative energy, then you can amplify that negativity within yourself. And it's not necessarily a bad thing either. It could be, if you're more strategic and saying, well, I'm going to be conscious of this so I can expand when I need to expand. That's one thing. But if you're not, you guys need to be very careful, of who you're surrounding yourself with and the company that you are, partaking in. If you don't have a thick skin and you don't have the ability to be objective in that sense, then yes, you have to be very conscious and very aware of the energy you're allowing yourself to encompass yourself in. And this is for Tina Smith. And I think we're going to close these down. I'm going to have an early evening, because I have a presentation to make. All right, we're shuffling cards for Tina Smith, and we're going to close these down. Nina, just make sure, let the room know, the chat know, people come in, that close down readings. I'm going to just end the night a little early, because I got to know my limits too. I have to know. I have a lot I have to do. Okay. Do you want me to consider you for a reading? Felt a strong energy and connection and thought you wanted a reading. Who is she talking to? Okay. This is for Tina Smith. Wow, this is the third time the Tower card has came out. But this is also a good sign, because the Tower card came out 3 times in a row for 3 different people. Yours is in reverse, which means that you've already, to me, in this situation, you've done the change. I feel like you're breaking away. It's almost like contrary to the previous read, that you've been breaking away. You say to yourself, I'm going to stop being so loyal to these people. I'm going to stop being loyal. I'm going to stop, giving myself a lot to these people. So I'm changing that. I'm stopping that. I'm becoming, I'm calling the shots on my life by the Empress card. The Empress card is very much a person that knows what they're doing, is in control, is in charge. Okay. So they're saying that, they want to kind of give you a nod that you actually have been, taking advantage of your own power now and stopping to associate yourself with giving people too much and being overly loyal just for the sake of being loyal. But you've been changing that and breaking that down. You might start seeing friendships leave this year. Certain friendships will start disconnecting from this year, if not already. You'll start seeing certain relationships that were close to you, they're no longer becoming close to you because you're setting different boundaries, you're setting different parameters in your life right now. So it's kind of funny that it's similar to the previous read, but the reverse side of this. Like, what you're doing is what the previous read should be doing now. And so I think this is going to be a good year for you to start actually pushing yourself into better circumstances when it comes to meeting new people, as well as when it comes to, I see traveling this year too for you. So you might decide to take a trip this year, have some fun, get away. So I see a vacation in that sense, or you'll plan it this year for next year. I just feel planning a vacation this year, which would be great. So I feel like you're kind of getting out of your element. That's wonderful too. So I think that you're going to see newer friendships coming in this year too, and newer people around you, more support. And those who haven't really been supporting you are going to start falling away. But they're saying this is because you've either had an awakening in a sense of saying, I'm not going to be loyal to these people anymore. I'm putting myself first. I'm breaking down these connections, this modality. And you're like, I'm the princess here. I'm the queen here. So continue with this. And I think more of that is going to come into fruition this year too for you in that regard. Okay. And so they're saying the relationships that are going to go, let them go. Don't try to save them. Don't try to save them. They're saying, because I feel like there's two relationships, two people this year that will part, from you in a sense. And so, or put it in a different perspective where they're at arm's length instead of, being so close, because you understand about, the real dynamics of that. Okay. So they actually want to celebrate with you on this. They want to celebrate with you on this. And so a lot of good changes in that sense this year. The Empress card, Tina, by the way, the Empress card is a really powerful card. That means that you're going to be kind of seeing yourself like shifting and molding reality in a sense, because you learned your karmic lesson. When you learn a karmic lesson, then you are in the essence of your soul. So you'll feel like you're manifesting everything because you are in a sense, but you're actually living from the soul because you've actually accomplished a karmic lesson and you're living in that new essence of your spirit. So that's where everything is at your command in that sense. So the Empress card is a really good indication of that type of growth. So congratulations on that, I would say, and more of that will evolve this year for you. So. Okay, and I think that is the last one. Let me see. Let me just check my PayPal, and because I'm gonna have an early night, guys. I love you all, but I'm so encumbered with a lot. I have to do a presentation by Sunday for Unite the Light, and I have so much stuff to do. And I went through a move last week, which I love my new place, and so I'm just trying to know my limits. And we have one more, Jennifer Hammond. This is interesting. It's almost like the friendship thing and relationship thing is here. Because Jennifer Hammond says, what group of people should I be focusing on serving in my coaching business? Example, first responders, second service. Okay, got it. Let me see. I don't want to put a limit on this. But for some reason, and I'm not one to like isolate gender, but I feel like you need to do something with females. Females first, they're saying. There's something in essence with connecting with a supportive female energy. And it feels like, so the sexual assault survivors, yes, that's for sure for me in that sense. And they're also saying, not so much about first responders, but sexual assault, but they're also saying even those who've dealt with addiction, actually. For some reason that you understand, what it's like to help the addiction mindset or help someone get through addiction. And so you might be able to channel a lot of that information. So sexual assault with females for sure. And also those who struggle with addiction for some reason they're saying. Okay. So it is, they say you should be working in trauma. So I'm trying to say, what about any type of like motivational stuff? And like, no, your essence is really healing. So I know you say coaching business, but it's like, it should be healing. Healing is also part of coaching. You're going to excel in healing. So you might want to rebrand it and not really call it coaching services, but you could rebrand it in a different way, because I feel like you're really good at helping people find themselves and helping people to heal themselves. There's a natural innate ability for you to do that. Okay. But like to strategize about like business stuff, it's not your thing. Let somebody else do that. Your thing is to tap into people, to help them to rehabilitate themselves and to find themselves again. That's your expertise, they're saying. So that it does come with sexual assault victims. They're saying something with a female energy is really good, as well as those who have addictive energy or gone through addiction issues. That is something else that you'll be very good expertise in that sense to start now. And of course, then eventually you'll be doing everything they're saying. You'll have a whole array. It wouldn't just be limited to that. They're saying kind of maybe focus there to start on that. Okay. Okay, and I was just getting a text message from Tamara Judge, and look at this confirmation. She goes, you did it again. You told me that the new housewife, Jen, and her boyfriend would be in legal trouble. Just didn't know it would be this big. And so, obviously, a prediction I made to Tamara Judge about her housewife friend came to pass. A little bit of a pat on my back. So, she literally just texted me right now. Those of you who know Tamara Judge from The Housewives. Which I'm actually trying to work on a podcast about called Reading Reality, try to get predictions about reality shows. I'm kind of in the works on that, as well as a couple other things. So there's going to be a lot coming out in next year. So I'm just dropping little bombs on that. So I appreciate all you guys for coming. I finished all the reads, making sure I did. And those who I didn't get a chance to get to today, I apologize, but thank you for showing up anyways. I will not be here next Thursday. I will be going to, again, Unite the Light on Thursday. So I probably will be, maybe I'll stream that. Maybe I'll stream do a video blog. What do you guys think of the Unite the Light? And I'll stream that. And so I have to have someone here sitting my dog. And so maybe I'll do that. Maybe you guys can see behind the scenes. I think all of us, even Christopher Witecki and Chris Reck and Devin Dura, maybe we all stream that and we'll be uniting as well. And especially the presentation, maybe I'll have somebody stream that for me too, to you guys, those who are behind. And there's actually, you guys can also get streaming tickets, Unite the Light. So unitethelight.love, you can buy streaming tickets to see the whole thing if you guys can't make it. Okay. So those of you who will be there, I will see you there. It's a week away. Well, actually, kind of a week away. It's going to be a great time for you guys. And you guys will be able to catch that afterwards online too. And catch us on LOL, Leading Out Loud, on Monday. We are constantly evolving that show. We don't know. We're trying to find a great way to access information and to lead out loud. And so we're going to keep evolving the show and find different topics to do. So if you guys have suggestions of things you want us to talk about and leading out loud, send me a suggestion. Tell us. We want to hear your feedback. But just leaving comments like, I don't like it. That's not feedback. That's just entitlement of you're just not liking something that's free. But if you say you want us to talk about some issue or some topic, or you want to hear us talk about it, a specific thing, and give us a suggestion. Okay. Daryl, Unite the Light it's a conference in Austin, Texas. And there'll be speakers, and there'll be panels and so forth, and a dinner. So check it out. Unite the Light.love. So check that out. And maybe you could make it. Maybe you should fly and see it. Who knows? But I wish you guys a very, very wonderful evening. Get some sleep, get some rest. Take advantage of this Taurus season. It ends on the 20th. So put all your ideas and goals into fruition, into action. You'll start seeing the path illuminate for you guys. And I always say too, you're either going to evolve or dissolve. So what are you going to do? Evolve or dissolve? Let's evolve. All right. Thank you again, Nina. Oh, and let me close with Nina because it's been so busy. Let's close with Nina because Nina has a reading for all. Nina, I forgot. I've been so hopping on in, but let's close with a wonderful message from Nina.
Hey Thursday crew, it is me, Nina. I'm excited to share the poll that I got today for y'all. Some oracle messages coming through. What I felt deeply for today was this overthinking energy of, but how am I going to get certain things right, or how am I going to get this process in order? And Spirit's saying to release the how when it comes to this and focus more on what makes you feel liberation and what makes you feel open and how your inner child wants to experience joy right now. Specifically, the card that came through was the liberation card. And it says, just let me be. So how can you tap into your wild, authentic, free spirit version of you? And the other cards that came through is, while you're doing this, expect some of those growing pains, some of those people, places, and things that you've outgrown to really come in and begin the healing process on that, which will open new doors of abundance and opportunities for you. And paying attention to the mirror. In what ways can you self-reflect during this time? And it feels like writing down your thoughts and writing down your processes will really help you a lot. But just remember that abundance is for you, and it's tied to how much joy and how much liberation you feel.
I mean, exactly. I mean, was that kind of on part of our message? So I think it was perfect at the end. So was that a mistake? I think not. I think we need to conclude with our beautiful Nina, and I love that. Be liberated, guys. And I will see you on Monday in LOL, and not next Thursday, but the Thursday after that on my live. I love every single one of you guys. Blessings. And I always say to every one of you guys, you're all the gods and goddesses of your own myth. What do you want to create? Much love to you all. Good night.
He talking about like a Devin or David.
David is his name. It's been so spot on.
And I don't know if you put it in the side of your end table or not. He's like something in your end table that you this too.
My God, you're crazy.
Yeah, he's saying hi, baby girl. He's saying hi, baby girl. And is there significance with like image of a rose at all?
He would
Does that make
always
sense?
give me a rose.
Okay, so he's like doing one now. He's saying to work with some sort of like vibrational machine, somehow a way to work with like machinery and vibration.
I work with horses, and there's actually some magnawave therapy that's vibrational.
Tell me something that he told you that came true.
Everything he's predicted has come true.
I just don't see it.
So he doesn't have cancer?
It's very possible.
Allow yourself to hear yourself. Allow yourself to feel yourself. Allow yourself to talk to yourself. Allow yourself to respond to yourself. That's looking within.
You might encounter negative aspects of self, but that's a freeing experience.
Because then they start realizing that they can't think outside the box. And I say, if you can't think outside the box, then who's the stupid one here?
There's a reason why we're on this timeline. There's a reason why we've chosen to be in this awakening. I say we're going through a spiritual awakening.
So I don't just come out here and talk bull and repeat. I'm living this stuff.
In harmony with